Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, the SD channel, aka Spiritual Desires, for we are always spiritually led to our utmost desires. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. On today's episode, we will be doing a collective reading, a collective oracle reading for all zodiac signs. All zodiac signs are welcome here in this safe space, okay? All right, as a disclaimer, I always let it be known that these readings are for entertainment purposes only. So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Everything will not apply to you and your situation. So if you are in need of a personal reading, I myself don't do them, but I have an amazing spiritual advisor and mentor. All of her information is in the description box below. So please check her out and check out her website, for I know she has a lot of services that she can offer you, okay? All right, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us in today's collective reading. Spirit, thank you so much for joining us in today's collective reading. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. Oh, they are already coming up. All right, so the first card you have out here is the High Priestess of Water, number 4. All right. So things are constantly moving, constantly evolving in your life is what I feel. Second card you have out here is number 31, and it says risk. Okay, so someone may be needing to take a leap of faith in a particular direction. But again, I really do feel like your life is constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. It could be hard to kind of get a grip on life right now because there are so many changes. Um, but I think whatever changes are happening in your life, it's necessary. So I would say go with the flow and be as flexible as possible, because things are evolving. And whatever this new phase is that you are headed in, is going to be one that is going to require a lot of um, a lot of bravery. Okay, a lot of courage, because it is going to require you to probably, step outside of your comfort zone and do something different than what you've been doing in the past. And maybe that's why these changes are taking place, because God wants to prepare you for this new phase that you're going in, okay? All right, let's see here. One more, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? One more, please, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Maybe that's it. Nothing else wants to come out. Spirit, what messages do you have? All right, now we got 3 more cards flying out here. Okay. Next card you have out, number 2, it says the Warrior. All right, so yes, like I said, it's going to require a lot of bravery, a lot of courage. You're going to have to be very strong, and very determined. Whatever this is that's taking place in your life, if change is happening to you, then that's because the trajectory in which you're going on is requiring it, okay? And so it may not be easy. You may not have all the answers that you need. You may not understand exactly where it is that you're going. Um, but it's for your highest good, okay? And it's pushing you in a direction that's helping you to fulfill your purpose. So again, go with the flow, be flexible. Don't don't get in your own way because you're trying to force yourself to stay where you are, okay? Stagnation is never healthy. So especially when you know that life is pushing you in a different direction. So just be willing to accept the changes and be open to what these changes can bring, all right, in the future. All right, so the next card you have out here is number 6, and it's the High Priestess of Air. Okay, so you have a lot of High Priestess energy here. All right, so it's all about your intuition. It's all about you believing in that gut feeling that you feel when it comes to how your life is maneuvering at the moment. Um, you're very aware. Okay, your senses are very heightened. So this is not a change that you don't feel. All right, this is not even a change that truly feels forced. The only force here is if you're not willing to accept the change. You get what I'm saying? So um again, just go with the flow. Know that your intuition is that guiding light for you. And as you make these changes, continue to be yourself. Continue to know who you are. Okay, don't get lost in the change. Don't get too fearful. That don't become too fearful of the change that you don't allow it. Okay, I mean, I know that that's kind of a repetitive message here, but that's really what it's saying is don't get stuck in the past. Be willing to take a leap of faith. Be willing to take that risk. Okay, be willing to do something different than what you are normally accustomed to, because it's leading you in a direction that's giving you strength. It's giving you more power within. Okay, and that's going to help you really live a life that you adore, live a life that you are passionate about. Okay, so you don't want to miss the opportunity to actually have the life that you want because you're so stuck to the life that you had. All right, next card you have out here, number 9, it says chaos. All right, so like I said, this entire process may not be easy. It may require a lot out of you. um hmm. Okay, a side message here. Um, if you know that there's someone around you that's trying to create havoc in your life, if you know that there are individuals that prefer to see you fail than to see you move forward, rid yourself of those people. Okay, any way in which you can. And I don't really care who they are. I don't care if it's friends, family, co-workers, etc. Create a healthy distance between you and that person or you and these people, because that too could be a part of what hinders your growth. All right, so especially if you know that they are just truly trying to get you out of character, or if you know that you have someone that just wants to see you react. Okay, don't let that get in your way. Okay, we don't need to be reactive to other people's issues. All right, issues that they're trying to project onto us. All right, so that's just a side message. I don't really feel like that's for everyone when it comes to the energy here, but for some of us, you will have people that are trying to stop your growth and stop you from elevating. All right, that's just life, right? Like if you live long enough, you're definitely going to encounter people like that. So just make sure that you're being diligent in staying away from those type of energies. All right, let's see what else we got here. One more, please, Spirit. One more card. There we go. Spirit, one. Okay, well, all right. I did not expect to pull these many cards, so let's go for it. Okay, the next card you have out here is number 42, and it says confidence. All right. Yeah, I can't see with those little writings right there, but the main word is confidence. Okay, so the message is very clear here. It is going to require a lot of, again, confidence. a lot of bravery, a lot of courage, okay? You're going to have to stand tall and move in a way that feels right for you, okay? And even if others are not understanding this changing you, even if they don't understand like why you're being so maybe forceful with it, that is okay. You're being forceful with it because you know that this change is necessary. You know that if you don't make these changes, life is never going to progress. Okay. And you will be forever stuck and stagnant in your current situation. Now, by all means, if life is currently exactly where you want it to be, if you fulfilled all of your goals, you feel as though all of your dreams have come true, then maybe this message isn't for you. But whomever I'm talking to in this reading, you want the change. You want something different in your life. You want to see elevation, okay? You're not seeing the growth that you wish you had at this point in your life. And you know that there's so much more to you and so much more to your story that is needing to be fulfilled, okay? And so that's why it's very important that you move confidently in this new direction, because if you're lacking that strength, that's sometimes when the devil and when the enemy can creep in, okay? Because they feel as though they've kind of found cracks in the foundation in which they can get to you, okay? But when you're moving confidently, nobody can get to you. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can take you off of the direction in which you're wanting to go, okay? Because you're too strong to let the weakness seep into you. Even if you at times doubt yourself, even if you're not 100% sure of the direction, right? That's okay. You know that God got your back. You know that the universe is guiding you. That's why listening to your intuition is so important. So just keep that in mind and make sure that you're using that as motivation. Your intuition is your motivation. All right. Okay. So the last few cards we got out here, we got the moon, number 50. All right. Oh man, hold on. I dropped the card. Okay, so again, you have the moon card here. All right, so this is again, and they're all lining up because the moon is coming underneath the high priestess of air and the high priestess of water, which all three actually speak of intuition, right? All three of them speak of you needing to go with what your gut is feeling. All right. All of them speak of you pretty much surrendering to the universe and letting the universe guide you. Okay. I know with the moon, yes, things may still be unclear. You may not have the full clarity that you need, but that's because you're needing to go deeper, okay? You're needing to go deep within yourself to find these answers, all right? So if you are still seeking answers about the direction in which you're going in and you have more questions than answers at the moment, keep 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 looking within yourself for that guiding light, okay? Because that is where the answer lies. Anytime God needs you to know something, he will provide that necessary information for you, but he's going to do so by connecting with your heart, connecting with your soul, okay? So that's why you have to be able to like retract yourself from outside influences so that you can focus on what it is that you're feeling. And a lot of times, you know, we don't want to go deep within because it can require a lot of self reflection. It can require a lot of shadow work, okay? And so, especially with me looking at the moon sign, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little moon sign on the cat. I that symbol on the center point of his forehead is very telling. It's knowing that it's him or it's the cat, knowing that he already has the answers that he seeks, right? He doesn't have to look outside of himself. Yes, things can still be murky. Yes, things can still require more understanding before we feel good about where we're headed, but he's still going on that path, right? Like he's not just going to stay where he is in this picture. He's going to continue to be guided throughout that field until he finds the destination that he's trying to get to, right? So it's like listening again to your intuition, knowing that your higher self already has the answers. That is going to be what helps to get you through, all right? Because it can require for you to endure a lot of trials throughout this process, right? I don't imagine that this, especially with the chaos card, I don't imagine that this new beginning for you is going to be the easiest, and that's just the truth of the matter. But it doesn't mean that the leap that she's taking isn't worth it, right? No, you don't know what's at the bottom of this cliff, but it could be a life of heaven, right? Okay, so just go for it and know that God will catch you, even if the fall isn't easy, even if the fall, you may get hit in the head by a bird. You may have a rock kind of, you know, you know what I mean, right? Like a rock may hit you or something, but it doesn't mean that when she lands, she's not going to be a better person. All right. I hope this is making sense because a little bit of the energy feels off, honestly. But for those that really need this message, it'll make sense to you. Like you'll be able to apply what I'm saying to your situation. All right, so the next card we have out here is cycles number 37, I think this is. Yes. Yes, number 37. Okay, so again, going through changes. You are entering into a new cycle. You are leaving something from your past behind and you are moving in a new direction, okay? So whatever once was is not now what is, okay? And it's not what will be. You have so much new things that are in store for you. You have new beginnings on the horizon, and they're going to be beautiful. They're going to help you grow. They're going to help you elevate in this world, all right? And so if you have been wanting change again, then allow it to happen freely, all right? Because whatever this new thing is that you're embarking upon is going to not set you up just now. This is something that is going to help you leave your legacy. This is something that is going to help your family generations to come, okay? So these moves that you're making now are very important. Remember that. And oh, and the last card you have is invisible, number 16. Okay, so if people haven't been noticing you, that's probably going to change really soon. Or another thing I'm getting here is you are needing to do this on your own. Okay, if you're used to always having someone with you as you just go through life, if you've always been in a relationship, or maybe if you've always had a parent there with you, helping you to make every change that you've made in your life, this is not a time for you to need to be a part of a group to get things done. I really do believe that you are capable of achieving a lot of things on your own. And I think this alone time is what's going to help elevate you. It's going to help elevate you spiritually. It's going to help elevate you in your physical world. It's going to help elevate you mentally, financially, etc. Okay. But you're needing to spend a lot more time with God or with your master so that you can feel what's necessary for you. You don't need to think things through. You need to feel this through. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have oath. All right. So this is a very big deal. This is something that you are going to be committed to in this new cycle. Okay. So this is something that wherever it is that you're headed, whether it's a new relationship or whether you're moving to a new city, whether you are starting a new job, whatever it is, this is something that you're going to be committed to for quite some time. Okay. And it's something, again, that is going to be stamped in your life. Like you are not just walking into a new season, you are walking into a new way of living. All right. So this is going to be something that is very pure to you, and it's something that you want to commit your time to. You want to commit effort, and like you want to commit your effort into it because you know that that's how you're going to receive the growth. Okay, and whatever it is that you are committing to, there is going to be a beautiful payout at the end of this journey. All right, so remember that. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got here. Um, so what messages do you have for the collective? What messages do you have for the collective? Okay, the first card that came out here is Song. All right. In this picture, I love that red mockingbird right there. Okay, but yeah, so you're just going with the flow. You're meditating. You're staying grounded. You're staying centered. Um, again, birds are about messages, so you could have a message coming in, but also I just feel like you're being very watchful, watchful of your environment, watchful of what you do, what you say, how you know, how you show yourself to the world. Okay, I feel as though you're also just again trying to listen to that voice within. You're meditating more. You're, if you haven't saged your space, I would say that it's a good idea to do so. I love to sage my home and my vehicle, so just relax, be free, and kind of let, like, if you have a connection with like the outside world, with nature, I would say go out in nature, go walking, and connect with animals. All right. Animals are our soul. Animals have a way to our soul. Okay. So yeah, connect with nature and connect with the outside world. And I know that's a little contradictory because this message has been speaking of needing to do things on your own. When I say connect with the outside world, I don't necessarily mean connecting with people. No, this is still a self-healing journey that you're going on. So, just getting out in nature and connecting with outside, with the grass, with plants, again, with animals, things of that nature. You get what I mean? All right. So the next card you have out here is adventure. Okay, so again, you're going on a new, you're going in a new direction, and you're going on a new adventure in your life. You are embarking upon a new journey. Um, and you don't need much on this new journey. You see, she only has a backpack, okay? And then you have this compass right here. So you don't need much. The compass represents your inner guide, and the backpack just represents the physical things that you may need in this world to get through, okay? So that's all about two learning lessons from the past. You take into the future what you've learned, and you leave the things that don't mean you well or that don't help you in this transition phase of your life, okay? But ultimately, you are going in a new direction, and you are going down a path that, regardless of what you may endure throughout the process, is what's meant for you. Okay? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Okay, first card, or the next card you have out here says grounding. Kind of hard to read those words. But yeah, it says grounding. Another card here. All right. This card came out and it says rescue. All right. So you could have someone that is going to be offering you some assistance. All right. Another card came out, says compassion. Okay. Be gentle with yourself. It's like the instant feeling I got with that card. Be gentle with yourself. Okay. But also make sure that you're not getting too caught up on what you're doing, that you start to lack compassion for others. Okay. But more, but more, But what I'm more feeling here is, again, just be gentle with yourself. This is not, change is never always easy, right? Even when we want to make a change, it still requires a lot out of our body, okay? A lot out of us mentally. So just move at a graceful pace, all right? You don't have to, again, you don't have to force anything. And even when it comes to you trying to rid people out of your life, you don't have to force them out of your life. Just quietly focus on yourself, and the energy will just automatically release them, okay? Because you're so focused on yourself, all right? So, again, continue to love on yourself throughout this process. I know it can possibly cause some of us to like lose who we are, as far as like let's just say you're not putting as much effort into the way you look, right? And so sometimes you wake up and you just don't feel your best, right? Because maybe your hair isn't done, or your nails aren't done, or whatever it is. You could just not be feeling your best. It's okay if you're needing to, what is the word? Like, how can I say it? Like, it's okay if right now is not a moment where you're focused on the outer appearance of who you are. This is about focusing on who you are internally. Okay, so that is what's the most important thing throughout this phase. It's about you experiencing self growth within. Okay, so how you look on the outside, don't worry about that. We don't, who cares what other people think? Okay, so what if you don't have the fresh outfit, or so what if you don't have the new J's, or you know what I mean? It's okay for you to not worry about those superficial things right now, okay? Because honestly, that's just what it is. It's superficial. Who we are as a person, our character, our internal growth, that is the change that God wants to see within us. All right. That is what God is focused on. He's not focused on what we're wearing, what we have, what we don't have. He doesn't care about those physical attributes. All right. So love on yourself regardless of what you may feel like you look like on the outside. Just take that and use that as muse to fuel you within. All right. Again, if you have been experiencing some frustrations in certain areas of your life, know that God is going to um, know that God is going to put the right people in place to help you. All right. If you have been needing support in a particular area, God is going to provide the right outlet that is going to give you the aid that you need. All right. So the next card you have out here, it says sovereignty. All right. So um, you could have people. So I'm getting two messages here. Okay, you could have higher ups, and when I say higher ups, I mean like anybody that just has a level of control in your life, right? So, like our parents typically have a level of control, right? Like we care what our mother and our father think, so they typically we give them the most respect, right? Okay, so like a parent, maybe a boss, um, maybe like an institution. I'm feeling either one of those. But they may be coming in and offering you something that is going to help you move more confidently. All right. So they could be offering you some money. They could be offering you some type of assistance, and whatever it is that they give you, that's going to help build your strength up to embark on this new journey. So let's just say you are starting a business where you may need to go to the bank to get a loan, right? Okay. So that bank, that institution is going to be able to give you what it is that you need so you can invest in yourself. All right. So something like that. If it's a parent, right? And let's just say you're wanting to buy a car. You may have a parent that's willing to loan you the money so that you can put the down payment on the car. You get what I mean? Something of that nature. All right. So the next card you have out here, one of my favorite cards in this deck is, it says cleanse. Okay. I love this card, one, because I love the color of purple. Yes, I love the color purple, but also again, I love to sage. So as you see, she's saging her space, and she has that window open, and that represents letting out the old so that new energy can come in. Okay, but as you see, she's at peace, she's calm, she's just allowing she's just allowing things to flow naturally in her life. Okay, so she's releasing the bad, she's letting in the good, and she's staying very poised and calm as the energy around her is changing. All right, so next card you have out here, it says mirror. Okay. So this is all about self-reflection. This is all about you looking at who you are as a person and understanding who this person is that you see in the mirror. And if you see things about yourself that you know need to change. And again, this is not, we're not like talking literally, like literal changes, okay? No, this is representing you spiritually needing to make changes in your life. Okay, so again, focusing on who is that person in the mirror. Do I like that person? Are there things about that person's character that I would like to, change or, kind of, are there things about myself that I know I need to get rid of? It's honestly what she is saying to herself in the mirror. Okay, what is it about me that can change for the better? Okay, so actually, because we are never perfect. There are always changes that we can make in our lives, no matter who we are, no matter how old we are, no matter the background we came from. We are all here to change and to become a better person. All right, nobody comes into this world perfect, and nobody will leave this world perfect. But what God wants to see within us is that we have elevated our soul, that we have elevated our character. Okay, so just make sure that you are checking in with yourself and asking yourself truthfully, am I the best person that I can be? Am I better today than I was yesterday? Okay. Okay. I don't need to pull any more cards. Okay, so this next card you have out here, it says devotion. All right. Yes, beautiful card as well. So as you can see in this picture, these two are devoted to one another, and they're very much in sync with each other in this dance. Okay. So again, I got the oath card as well at the bottom of the deck. So this is clearly something that you are really investing your time, your effort, your energy into, and you're doing so wholeheartedly. Okay, whatever it is, or whatever or whoever it is that you are committing to, you are in this race for the long run. Okay, this if it is a love relationship, this is someone that you are hoping you can be with forever. This is someone that you will be very loyal to, very committed to. Okay, and this is someone that vice versa will have your back forever. Okay, this is someone that you know that if you fall, they will catch you. All right, and you don't ever have to worry about if this person is like stepping outside the relationship or anything like that. No, this person is all about you. Again, that's for a specific ones that are in love or dealing with a love situation. I don't truthfully get that this message is as much about loving another as it is more about loving ourselves. But if you are, in a relationship and you are wondering about you and that person, I do feel as though if you were wondering if this person is all about you, if this person may be cheating on you, or if this person is being faithful to you, I would say yes, they are. They are definitely devoted to you, and you to them. Okay. All right. Last card we have out here, it says solitude. And that again is clarifying the invisible card. Okay, so two images here where these little, or these girls are alone. Okay. And as you can see, especially in this picture, she looks happy. All right. She's very happy. These people are in the house dancing, and she's out here in nature with the fox behind her, the butterfly here, and she's enjoying her time alone. She's enjoying time outside in nature. She is receiving messages from the higher power as she spends this time in her hermit mode. Okay, so again, spend time with yourself so that you can seek these answers. Okay, because they are going to come within you, not outside of you. Nobody else can help you realize what's right for you. You already know what's right for you. And you are trying to go in the direction that is right for you, which is why you have to be confident, which is why you have to believe in yourself and you have to have faith that you are going in the right direction. Okay. All right. At the bottom of the deck here, you have labyrinth. All right. So that's just about your journey. Honestly, yeah, it's not an easy route. It's not a straight route. You know, she's gonna have to go this way, then turn and go that way, go. It's going to require a lot of ebbs and flows, a lot of this. It's going to be a maze, okay? It's not just going to be a straight shot, all right? But that sometimes is the beauty of the journey because you never know where it's leading you. You just know that you have a goal in mind and you have a pathway that you're ready to take so that you can get to the other side. And that is what is the most important. The fact that you get through the journey, the fact that you get through the troubles, the fact that you get through the setbacks, okay? That within itself is just a beautiful process. All right. So enjoy the process. Don't ever give up on yourself. Even when you're tired, just ask God for strength. He will give it to you. All right. So that those are the messages that I have for you all today. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that something in this message resonated with you and that you are able to apply it to your life and your situation. All right. Well, with all of that being said, I will see you all in the next video on the next episode. Okay. But until then, be safe, be blessed, be good to yourself, and be good to others. All right.